Thanks for making a date and welcome back. The Bank of Ghana has admitted serious supervisory lapses that resulted in revoking licenses of the 5 banks recently. But it has, however, assured that measures have been instituted to prevent this from happening again. George Uafe has more in this report.
Some of these challenges resulted in investors securing licenses when they had not met most of the requirements, including providing all the minimum capital requirement. Head of Banking Supervision at the Bank of Ghana, Xena City, has however maintained that with these new measures instituted, it will be difficult for this to happen again.
We've had some challenges in time past. There have been forbearance. There have been some lapses in the supervisory processes. But what we keep also saying is that these issues could have been swept under the carpet, but we decided to bring them up. Are you getting it? To tell all stakeholders that going forward, this is the way we're going to go. We're not going to compromise on the kind of standards we've set for ourselves, and people will be held responsible for what they do. So for me, I'm not trying to rationalize what happened in the past. There have been challenges, but I think we should be forward-looking and look at going forward what the regulator is doing to strengthen the financial sector. And it is obvious that going forward, we're going to play by the rules.
The head of banking supervision also noted that closing these banks was not just based on capital requirement, but serious governance issues. The Bank of Ghana has also indicated that it has reviewed its laws that require all banks to submit information on their clients to the Credit Reference Bureau through a new online portal.
And still in the financial sector, in the wake of difficulty in meeting minimum capital requirements for rural and community banks, ARB Apex Bank is reiterating the call for banks to consider measures. The Bank of Ghana, as part of measures to protect customer deposits and strengthen financial services, increased the capital requirement in 2015 from 500,000 to 1 million Ghana cedis. But only 94 out of the 194 registered rural and community banks have so far made the mark, despite the expiration of the deadline in December last year. Managing Director of ARB Apex Bank, Kojo Mata, says members should look beyond other traditional sources of mobilizing funds.
Well, it's a good thing to talk about mergers and acquisitions. However, the way rural banking concept is, there are a lot of attachment to traditional authorities, traditional areas. There is nothing bad with mergers, as long as we can have understanding between or among the various traditional areas. It is better to be a strong bank cutting across traditional areas than to say that I want to keep my name or I want to be assigned to this particular traditional area so that I can maintain my hold on the bank. If you have 30% of 1,000, it is better than having 100% of 100. So you may have a smaller portion of a larger cake. It is much better to do that than to say that we are holding on to the traditional ownership. So where it is appropriate to merge, I will encourage the rural and community banks to think about that and embrace mergers as an option where it will be difficult to raise the needed capital, in not thinking about the traditional and the cultural differences that we have. We are all Ghanaians, and it doesn't matter where we come from. If I'm helping a rural bank to stand on its feet, I'll be proud to be a part owner of that rural bank. And
now, there are, however, some banks which are close to meeting the minimum requirement. Mr. Mata is encouraging traditional authorities and other prominent people in society to support them.
You know, rural banking started as a community banking concept, and it is the communities that are encouraged to raise capital. Some rural banks are unable to do that, and we are encouraging those who are yet to raise the minimum capital to be able to do that, to encourage especially prominent people who are from those communities or traditional areas to come together to help those other banks who are unable to raise the minimum capital to be able to do that before the end of 2018, so that the regulator, which is the Bank of Ghana, will not take punitive actions against those banks. Much as it is a requirement, we believe that we need capital to be able to do business. So I want to encourage the directors and shareholders of those banks to come together and appeal to their citizenry to raise the needed capital to be able to do business.
Away from the financial sector now, the Ghana Free Zones Authority has declared 80 companies inactive and unfit to operate within the Free Zones enclave. The authority adds it will mete out sanctions to such companies soon. Executive Secretary of the Free Zones Authority, Michael Befi, cautions their licenses will also be revoked.
With the list, you have to go to the process again, because if with the list, it means that we have to come in again as a free zones enterprise by submitting your documents for us to go through and see. Because what they were not doing right, I mean, was doing strict application processes by checking to see whether these people who claim to be having a certain amount of money as base capital have it. Why they claim they have an off-taker in the foreign land, they have it. When they have the market, all these things will be said, but you have to find out, and that's what we are doing. So we are trying to check a lot of things to be sure whether these things they tell us are true on paper. You understand? So we even send people there to do background check about their strength and their capacity to do business.
Are you also looking at increasing the minimum capital requirement for some of these?
Yes, we are trying to. One of the key things that we're looking at, because free zones is the only thing that doesn't have a cap. So if you are coming in, you can even come to free zones but with $50,000 and you can still do business. We think that's not right. We are looking at, want to target a certain class of people now. So in the amendment process, one of the key things we are looking at is the capping thing, that we want companies to come with a specific amount of money. So you cannot just say that I have $100,000, I'm coming to invest. Because they do that and they have more money. You heard what the Ghana Nut guy was saying. He started Ghana Nut with less than $100,000. Now he's worth $40 million. How much has Free Zone gotten from that amount as an authority? We have given you the chance to be able to make more money, but how much have we benefited from it?
Let's now turn our attention to insurance now, and managers of Enterprise Insurance Company Limited have reiterated the need for both businesses and individuals to insure their buildings. Head of Business Development Phyllis Woodnati tells Love Business continuous engagement with stakeholders on insurance education will help improve the penetration rate. She spoke at the stakeholders meeting with clients in Kumasi. Nana Sensu Mensah has more.
According to the National Insurance Commission, insurance penetration in the country at 2% is very low and worrying. There have been several moves and initiatives by the Commission to increase the penetration. Enterprise Life Insurance has therefore been engaging clients and potential customers on the need to insure their property. At a stakeholder meeting in Kumasi, managers of the company indicated the drive is to increase the penetration by continuous education among the public. Phyllis Woodnati is head of business development.
As you said, it is the law that all commercial buildings must be insured, and yet the uptake on commercial insurance is very low. Now, without us going into the various reasons that may account for that, as an insurance company, we believe it is the responsibility of the company and the industry to educate the clients so that they understand the benefits. Now, there's one thing to enact a law and expect people to comply. There's another thing for people to understand the need for protection. once they understand the need, whether there's a law or not, they will themselves go out and take up that sort of protection that they need. And that's the reason why we are doing it. So the law really just helps strengthen our hands. But for us, the basic thing is that everybody should see and understand the need for protection with regards to fire, flood, and all of that, which is why we organize these things. The law is just an addition to, strengthen our hands to pursue this business.
Participants were enlightened on fire safety measures at home and office, whilst others took turn to ask questions and seek clarification on different insurance packages.
I wanted to be part of this program because I run a filling station, and since it's a fire-prone business, I've come here to learn more about fire and how to, stop it when it happens at my place. And I think I'm very, very enlightened by what I've heard this morning about how to get closer to fire using both the CO2 and the powder fire extinguisher to quench fire when there's a fire outbreak.
Reporting for JoyNews, Nana Asensu-Mensah.
Time to take a look at housing now, and Ghanaians are intensifying their calls for the provision of affordable housing, with a housing deficit currently standing at over 1.7 million. Speaking to JoyNews at the first mini clinic of the JoyNews Western World Habitat Fair 2018, some patrons have impressed on government to consider the rising cost of housing in the country and do something about it.
So this is the JoyNews and Western World Properties Habitat Fair 2018. Now today we're going to find out everything we need to know about accommodation, from housing to roofing to construction, all we need to know. So we're going to visit the various stands and find out what they all have to offer. Follow me.
The land is good, the land is fine. Gold we have, diamonds we mine. Yet we fight, we covered it all in blood. Tell me why we wallow in the mud. Africa, 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 yeah.
I'm here with Efriye Amwa-Kwamensa, who is the branch manager of JL Properties. Now, she's also here as part of the Habitat Fair. Hello, Efriye.
Hi.
So tell me, what exactly is JL Properties all about?
JL Properties is the city's favorite developer, in the sense that we have the best homes in the best locations. We are located directly behind the Achimota news station, so we are right in the heart of the city. No traffic, a very serene, secure, and fully gated community. Yes.
So we know that this is just the mini clinic to the actual Habitat Fair. Tell me, what should we expect from JL Properties Limited on the actual fair?
Well, what we are bringing on board is affordable luxury. So basically, in Ghana, there is this notion that luxury has to be expensive. But at JL, we believe that luxury is not expensive, and owning a home is not about the pricing, but it's about the peace of mind. Because with a peace of mind, when you get a peace of mind, trust, it's worth everything in this world. You want to come home and then know that there is no traffic. You want to come home and the place is quiet, where your kids can grow up with the latest amenities. And it's like 5 minutes away. We are right in the heart of the city. So if you don't have a car, you can still stay with us because we are right behind the news station, and it has cars to everywhere. So you can go everywhere you want to. There are 2 police stations around. There are hospitals, there are banks, the Achimota school, from the primary to the preparatory to the secondary school. We are surrounded by all of this. So that is what we are bringing.
So I'm now at the stands of Xena City. I want to find out more about Xena City, what they have to offer, and what exactly Xena City is all about. And I'm here with Fifi Moses, and he's going to give us more details. Hi, Fifi.
Hello.
So Fifi, tell me, you're the brands and marketing manager of Xena City. Tell me, what exactly is Xena City all about?
Well, Xena City is the new airport city. Like you already know, there's a new airport coming up at Ningbo Pram district. And what we've done is we've acquired property over there. By property, I mean landed property. And we're developing it. It's a 200-acre project, housing, recreational, and commercial. Basically, that is what Xena City is about.
Now, when it comes to acquiring a house, people are scared. Many people are scared looking at the amounts. Tell me, is Xena City thinking about the Ghanaians' pockets?
Well, definitely. The issue of pricing has come up very strongly, and Xena City, we don't take it lightly at all. We have some of the cheapest, both lands and homes. Apart from that, we make it very, very flexible to acquire. We have mortgage partners. Apart from that, clients who want to pay in installment themselves, we give them the opportunity to do so. So yes, we make it, they are very, very low in pricing. Apart from that also, it's very, very convenient, and the transition, the purchase is always very smooth.
So I'm now at the Western World Properties stand. Now they are headline sponsors for this year's Habitat Fair. I'm going to find out what they also have on board and find out what to expect on the day of the fair. Hello.
Hi.
And you are?
Florence Entry.
Okay. Yeah. Florence Entry, who are you at Western World Properties?
Okay, I'm the head of sales and marketing at Western World Properties.
So what is Western World Properties all about?
Okay, thank you. Western World Properties is one of the fastest growing real estate companies in Ghana as at now. And then we've been existent for a while, but I think we're making a whole lot of waves everywhere. And I guess you've heard of us too, right? Mm-hmm. So we basically about lands and buildings. We have our estates and we have our lands located at Pram Asphalt, just around the beach. That is where our lands are located. And we offering cool prices for everyone to be able to come in here at the Habitat Fair to make purchases and also be able to secure one or two land for themselves. You know, when it comes to rent issues here in Accra, it's not easy. So we try to, put ourselves in the public shoe and come up with products and payment plans that fits.
We are basically into security doors, not just any security doors, governor steel security doors. We are into balustrades, aluminum balustrades, and stainless steel balustrades. We do burglar proofs, as you can see. We do burglar proofs, both collapsible and fixed. We do safes, as you have seen here. We do blinds. We have ACs. And we've been in existence for the past 14, 15 years. Yeah. Basically, it is the law that looks over us, but it's always good to protect ourselves in case of anything. We don't have 100% security, but it's always better to protect yourself. For example, if you have a glass door or a glass window that you put a burglar proof behind it, the idea is that if the next neighbor doesn't have the burglar proof behind it, they will not touch yours. They will go back to that place and touch yours.
So here's Theodora of DBS Industries. Hi, Theodora.
Hi.
Theodora, tell me, what does DBS Industries offer? I can see some roofing sheets and this miniature house here. What exactly is DBS Industry all about?
DBS is into roofing products. We have all the various types of roofing sheets you can think about, from alu zinc to aluminium to roofing trusses. We have them all.
Yes. And at this fair, people who will be attending, it's starting today, what should they expect from DBS Industries?
They should walk into our stands, and then we have all the various types of sheets displayed here. We'll explain everything to them, and on top of that, we are giving away a 10% discount voucher to anyone who visits us here at the stand who is going to roof their building within 3 months.
Okay. This discount, is it for just today or for the rest of the days? That's for the mini clinic, the second one, and the actual fair?
Yes, it's for all the other fairs as well.
We cry for peace, Africa.
So I'm currently here with Asantwa Nyametiase, and she's the sales officer of Sanda Estate Limited. Asantwa, tell me, what exactly is Sanda Estate Limited about, and what do you offer Ghanaians?
Okay, we are into houses, 3 and 4 bedroom houses, and it's a gated community. We are located behind West Hills Mall on the Wager Road. It's, as I said earlier, it's a gated community. We have some facilities you get to enjoy, like the swimming pool, tennis ball courts. We have a clubhouse. There is a gym as well. We have a library too, 24/7 security with CCTV cameras all over the place. And then I think that's it. Yeah.
Now let's talk about your payment plans. How affordable are your houses, or should I say your homes?
Okay, affordable is relative, but then currently with our prices, I wouldn't put it out there. You can call us on 050-43-1005.
So I'm here with Dorothy Kwashi, and she's the Executive Director of Elegant Homes. Hi, Dorothy.
Hello.
Please tell me, what does Elegant Home offer?
Elegant Homes is a general construction and real estate development company. We are also into the sale and fabrication of high-quality UPVC windows, doors, plasterboards, gypsum adhesive, and accessories. We currently marketing our premier gated estates located at Katamanso, where we have 3, 4, and 5 bedroom houses available for sale.
Okay.
Mama Africa, we cry for peace. Africa, 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 Africa.
It's a great idea. Joy, I must say you're doing so good. Because I am coming from Mama Saman, and I came just because of this, that we will all have a phone knowledge. I believe that as part of life, you have to plan. Otherwise, you're going to grow old, still renting, which is not a fair deal. So all said and done, Joy, you're doing good. Thumbs up. Let's keep it up going. Hopefully, I'll still come back to make a decision.
I think it's excellent. I mean, the financiers and then the construction companies, yes. It's like a one-stop shop. So when you come, you may not be ready to buy a house, but then you can get a lot of advice and look at what is on the market. If you look at all the products on display, it informs you on how to even go about your own housing.
I always attend this fair being organized by Joy FM. Previously at the National Theatre, I always follow you. I didn't even know there was one being held there until my friend called me to come and just have a feel here. It's good. I think you just assembled all the stakeholders in the housing industry under one umbrella. So it's just like one area that you can get all your needs in the housing industry. So I believe, keep it up.
Mama Africa, we cry for peace.
And those were some sights and sounds characterizing the first mini clinic for this year's Joy News Western Properties Habitat Fair that happened at the Achimota Mall over the weekend. The next mini clinic will be on at the West Hills Mall on the 18th and 19th of August. And on that note, we wrap up this afternoon's edition of The Marketplace. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji. Yes, we have a good afternoon.